welcome to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones-Cooper, and today we're going back to school. The movie Night School stars comedy juggernauts Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish in a story about a man who's forced to attend night school in order to get his GED and the life he's always wanted. Along the way, though, he encounters a group of misfit students and a feisty but caring teacher. Star and producer Kevin Hart will join us today, as well as Matthew Kellard and Joey Wells, who are both writers on the film. But first, here's the trailer from Night School.
So, Teach, what are the test results?
Teddy, you, my friend, are dyslexic. You also have dyscalculia.
That's what I got.
We're not done. You also have a processing disorder.
I got a touch of prostate cancer. She didn't touch my ass one time.
Boy.
Dance with my dogs in the nighttime.
Welcome to night school. We need to cram 4 years of high school into a semester.
Study group, study group, study group.
Yes. I think his mama breastfed him beer.
In the kitchen, wrist,
Teaching the conventional way just isn't gonna get it done.
Why we in the ring?
What's the square root of 81?
What?
What's the square root of 81?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Square root! What is it?
Oh, God. Oh!
This woman is a brick wall.
You either pass the midterm or you're out of my class.
We're gonna have to steal the test.
You wanna explain to me how you got a perfect score?
I know I didn't get a perfect score because I missed a few on purpose.
Snitches are bitches.
What? I'm going to work. Come and get your chicken from the Lord.
Teddy, this suit you got on is dumb as hell.
I am where I'm supposed to be.
At a fast food joint next to a strip club.
If I stand in the right spot, I can smell cocoa butter and fried chicken at the same time.
Take this suit off. You gonna take this test. You trying to get your GED?
Yes.
Lean back,
You can get out my way, bitch.
lean back, lean back. Come on, lean back, come on, lean back.
Baba.
Come on, lean back.
You ready to get started?
I'm not playing with you.
What's the capital of Belgium?
Waffles?
What? That is not the answer. Oh, get back here.
You starting to force my hand.
Water is comprised of
Rain.
buckets.
It's a gas.
2-part hydrogen, 1-part oxygen. You got it right, Teddy.
What does that smell?
Now that's a gas.
Oh, you bust ass in my face? It's in my mouth. You got my lips all jacked.
Now lean back.
Everyone put your hands together for Kevin Hart, Matthew Kellard, and Joey Wells. I mean, you can keep up the face mask all if it makes you more comfortable, whatever you want to do.
Prettier.
Guys, welcome to Build. Everybody here is really excited
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hi,
to have you here.
Hi.
Hello.
And I'm excited because I got to see the movie last night, and it's obviously really funny, but it was smart and it had a message, and I love that it had heart. So this is the first film from your production company,
Yes,
right?
yes, #1, man.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. This is the first one that I can say was built from the ground up from the people that I have invested in, which is my team, man, my ride or dies, the individuals that help shape and mold Heartbeat Productions. So it was an idea that we turned into a script, and now is a movie that was made. So it's exciting times, man. Very
Why
exciting.
was this the film that you were like, this is the first one we're gonna push out?
The idea started off as something that was very just funny in my head. I was like, adults going back to high school. And then as I thought about it, I was like, you can't really put adults in high school and make it make sense. But, adults in night school. Then I started thinking about Breakfast Club and what made Breakfast Club great, how to focus on those particular individuals. And then I was like, but childish adults with still like that childlike mentality that miss moments of high school, that have the opportunity to revert back to those moments in night school could be funny. And we got to vetting it around. Joey, Matt, myself, Harry, Glenda was around for a part of it. We were just literally just bouncing the ideas off the wall, and we were like, how can we just create the funny but also put a piece of heart behind it? And that's where the character of Teddy came from, and his relationship and his journey and not being comfortable with who he was and wanting to tell the truth about where he was really in life. He wanted to put on a facade for a woman that he loved, and ultimately he was put in the position where he can no longer live that facade. He had to face reality and get his GED so that he could move on and do bigger and better things in life. And to get it was a task.
Have you guys ever felt like Teddy in your own lives? Because really, I think it's a relatable thing. You really want to be better for the people around you, but you're, maybe not quite there yet. Was that something relatable for you guys?
I think so, but I don't really care. Like, I've been the guy who's been broke, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm broke. That it is what it is. But you can really get that in L.A. because, like, when I first got to L.A., people would go, like, oh, after the club, oh, we about to go to this party. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm about to go home and eat some cereal. I don't have no parking money. I don't have anything. But you find that a lot of people are living above their means. And what's crazy is in the movie, you'll figure it out. And that's how society is now. Most of us are 1 to 2 paychecks from being homeless. Yeah. And that's what you see this character is. He's trying to live this whole life, and it's a lie, and he's just one slip away from going, oh, shit, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, most jobs are hustles now, more than jobs. And I think that's kind of the movie that we wanted to tell was about these kind of people that are trying to put their lives back together, or the people that are forgotten about and the people that get in trouble and have to construct these complicated lies or hustles to make their situation work.
Yeah, you want something that people can relate to. I think the important thing about making a movie, especially now, is people identifying with the content, and this is a pun that is intended. With the name of my company being Heartbeat Productions, we want to make sure that there's heart in the film. So if we can find a way to always have an underlying message that people can go, wow, I get it. Oh my God, I relate to that. Then that means we're doing our job as writers, as producers. And in this case, we want to embrace second chances. People look down on the quote-unquote second chance. So many people go, no, I'm not going back because I don't want to be judged. Or I don't want to look like the guy that didn't do good the first time, and now I have to be here for the second time. But ultimately, that second chance is amazing because you learn so much from that first mistake that second one, you're able to go back and apply yourself 10 times better. So the mistake of not getting his GED for the problems that he knew that he never wanted to share ended up becoming a big win for him in life when he opened up, let people know who the true version of him was, applied himself, got his education, and ultimately that piece of paper made him feel like the sky is now the limit because I'm finally being who I am. And that's the message that we're putting out there. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to communicate. It's okay to open up. It's okay to be different. It's okay to have struggles. They're there for a reason. People are as well, and they're there to help. And that's what I love about Tiffany's character, She shows the true meaning of help. She shows the true meaning of what listening and communication can actually do.
And despite not being paid what teachers should be paid, she's still giving everything to her students, whether it's a night school or you see her interacting with her students during the day. And I think I know a lot of teachers in my life, and
They're
it's
the
a struggle.
Heroes. They're heroes. Yeah. Teachers are the biggest heroes.
They are. And especially right now where teachers are out there putting their livelihoods on the line for public education. They're the people that are going to save it for all of us.
They're making the biggest investment.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what I tell my kids. I say, you got to understand, these teachers that you see on a day-to-day basis, they're investing time and energy because they feel like you are the next versions or next generation's leaders, groundbreakers. You're the generation that's going to shake it up and change and make this a better place. That's why their time and energy that they're spending is so important because they're saying it's going to be you. They're picking you. So when you waste that time, you realize that at a certain moment in your life, it's okay to go back and get it. It's okay to go back because we all don't get it right. I didn't get it right. I'm an example of that. Well, it's weird because I am Teddy in the movie because I'm Kevin Hart, but I'm saying I'm him. I know I'm me. I'm me, but I'm him.
No, you him.
What I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Him. That's me.
I'm him. This is me.
No,
yes.
you. No, but
yes.
that is you.
But I'm saying that
we know that's you. We know you're in the movie.
But you get what I'm saying.
But you're not that guy.
Because you're him.
I'm him, but I'm almost the other guy.
That's the guy that
he
didn't.
is.
Yes, who's over there.
Who's the guy over there?
Yeah. But you didn't. You came back.
Am I confusing it or did I nail it?
Right now, nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
Who am I?
You're not her.
No.
You're you.
Yeah.
Talking as you.
Okay.
I'm him.
Can I help you out of this situation?
Yeah, just help me.
Let's go on to the next.
Yeah, okay.
So let's talk about the writing. I want to know how many different iterations of the script. Like, what is that process like from the beginning to what we get to see?
Especially with me.
Here's the thing too. Kevin kind of told it like he pitched it, and it was just and it lined perfectly. Kevin came into the office, and now we're all working on different projects. Kevin came in like, guys, sold another project. Here we go. It's night school. People going back to school. Let's get it. And this was our reaction. what the fuck? And that's how it began. He was like, no, look, it's gonna be dope. No, because people, listen. They're going to school and they're gonna be like students who didn't go to school and they experienced. So they're gonna do everything.
So we were
Let's
like,
go.
okay, so like night school. Okay.
The best thing about writing in a group is there's so many different opinions. Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has a different level of funny. So Matt is all structure. Matt is act 1, act 2, act 3. How does act 1 end? How do we get to act 2? How does this make sense? Joey is like, man, I get it, but he's the guy that's always going to question why certain relationships are there and why the funny can't be, why we can't have more funny. Like, Joey and me are the same. We want funny. Just get the funny. And then we'll go get the structure later. Matt's gonna argue we need the structure, then the funny. Me and Joey like, fuck that. Funny first.
Yeah, take his clothes off now. Take his clothes off now.
Let's take his clothes off. When is he run into the wall and fart? Like, that's where we at, yeah.
And Harry also, too, somewhat different from Matt, too, is almost, okay, so we start at 1, it should end at 25. After 25, it should end at 50.
Harry's gonna argue.
Talking about
Harry
page
argues.
numbers.
He's gonna debate and,
Oh my
and
God.
question why something makes sense.
I don't know if you guys have a friend, like, you can go, hey, it's perfect. And they go, yeah, but it's perfect, but what's
Harry.
The
perfect?
thing you're the most excited about, you'll come in and tell him about it, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what is the vibe like in the writer's room? Like, do you keep it really loose? Is it really, you have to focus time? Like, what is that vibe like?
We need some focus. I won't lie to you, because me and Harry can start to go on a tangent that has nothing to do about the script. Because what's funny about this one is that we all have people that you can relate to this. Like, I think my brother's gonna watch this and he's gonna get inspired to get his GED. That's such a lie. My brother's 58. He's not gonna get his fucking GED. But that's part of, as we're sitting here talking about our relatives who keep saying they're gonna go back to school, and like Harry's brother also got his GED. I got a family member who got kicked out, and she went to a continuation school. Even like Tiffany reminds me of a counselor that I had, and she came to me and said, "Joey, you want to go to college?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "What's your GPA?" And we looked at it, and it was a 1.6. And I was like, "Is that cool?" She's like, "Yeah, close the door and let me talk to you real fast." And she closed the door and she said, "What the fuck?" And she cussed me out. But it was a different way that she had to get to me, which is in this movie, you'll watch Tiff get to all these people in here. Like, it's not always scripted. Like, hey, how do I get to these students this way? And I got to reach Teddy this way. And like, I think it's brilliantly done how she says, all right, I know how I got to get to you. You know?
Let's talk about Tiffany, because your chemistry is undeniable. You guys have been working and knowing each other for years. So what was the casting process like?
Well, Tiffany was that was my go-to. You know, she was coming off the success of Girls Trip. Will Packer produced Girls Trip.
The same director as well.
The same director, Malcolm Lee. So when we were done with the writing process and I was talking to Packer, he said, "Dude, I want you to go look at Girls Trip." This is before the movie came out. He said, "I'll screen it for you. You got to see it because I want you to see Malcolm." He said, "Malcolm would be great for this because it's an ensemble cast." I went to see it, and I walked out, and I said, "Yo, Tiffany is out of here." He said, "What?" I said, "Dude, Tiffany is gone. Like, she's so good in the movie." He was like, "I know, man. She still hasn't seen it yet. She's going to be blown when she sees it." I said, "Dude, I want to talk to Malcolm first." So Malcolm and I met, and I said, "Malcolm, I really would love for you to be a part of this. I saw Girls Trip. You shot it well. It looked great. I really want you to read what we have and tell me if you're interested." Once I got Malcolm, it would be easier for me to go and talk to Tiffany because that was her first big movie, and that's the first director that she worked with at that level. So to get Malcolm would automatically make her comfortable. Yeah, I know she's going to be comfortable with me, but I want her to also respect my professionalism because this is the first movie that I'm producing. So I don't want you to think that I'm inexperienced and that I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to get all of the quality pieces to my puzzle together, and then I'm going to come to you so you go, "Oh, wow, Kevin really knows what he's doing. So when I came to her, I had all of it packaged, and she said, I would love to do it. I would love to work with you. And after we had Tiffany in place, then I focused on getting my surrounding cast for that class, because those people were going to play a significant part in our movie as well. But we wanted to get people that had the ability to improv and go back and forth, because that's where a lot of that stuff was going to live. We needed people that could go off the page and on the page.
I love that you wanted Tiffany to be comfortable with you, especially because she owed you some money.
Yeah, no, she did. That's
And
another
we all know
reason.
that's awkward.
Yeah.
Heard about this.
I actually think we have a video kind of explaining a little bit what we're talking about.
Do you have a video?
We're going to throw to that really quick. All the creative ways that you guys have promoted this movie.
Yes.
You countered back by getting on a double-decker bus in New York City,
Yes.
yelling, and then taping the money to the billboard in Times Square
over
her mouth.
I want to make something perfectly clear to everybody. I embrace marketing. I love it. I don't see why I would spend so much time with these guys first in the office creating and writing, then go and spend even more time, months, to shoot a movie. And then when it's time to market a movie, say, I don't have time to give it my all. The purpose behind marketing is to make you understand how much energy has went into this and how good I believe it is, because I want you guys to see what I put all my blood, sweat, and tears into. So when you see all these marketing campaigns, and you see me on these double-decker buses, and you see me on the billboards, you saw me in the pouring rain. Did you see that in the thunderstorm where I was yelling at God because I felt like he didn't want me to make it? That was one. This was all marketing, but this is what you do. You do it when you believe in what you work hard at. I believe in it. So I embrace marketing 110%. This here, I don't have time to be here. I made it. I'm sleeping right now as we speak. I'm asleep.
He's developed this incredible superhuman ability to be awake while he's on.
While I'm sleeping,
Yeah,
yes.
he's snoring right now.
Right
You don't
now.
know it, he's snoring. In a minute,
Write a
he'll drool.
superhero that does that and make a movie about it. I'm just saying. Let's talk about the cast really quick, because what I said was true. The ensemble, it's hard to find that many funny people who can work together. So what Romany Malco's character is like
Oh my God.
three
He's amazing.
uncles that I have
Hey.
that I avoid at every holiday. Like, what was it like writing for him and
everybody
Rob
is
Riggle?
wonderful in this movie, but Romany Malco is going to blow you guys away.
Romany
When
steals
you,
it.
yeah, when you
Best
watch it.
role I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, Romany steals the
It's
movie.
something special.
How would you define? Here's a crazy thing. We were on set every day. The brush thing,
Yeah.
it was out of nowhere.
And
Oh.
honestly, his character was not. It was one of the, I would say, least defined characters
Yes.
on the page.
Yes.
And he took it and turned it into so much, and we got the opportunity to actually be there on set with him too. So he was developing this character as we would go, and then we would kind of huddle up off stage and just make each other laugh with different lines to try next time. So each iteration of the scene, he
grew.
would try something more, and you'll see in his introductory scene, he kind of gets the most screen time, I think, because he just did so much. There was so much improv going on in the performances.
But it's
and-
weird because, like you said, he put it together. Like
Yeah.
he showed up, and he had this weird thing down with the way he was talking. 'Cause I know Romany. So
Yeah.
when he showed up and we did the table read, and he was like, "That's what's up," and like he wasn't saying all of the word. Like he would leave pieces of his words out. And he has a bald head just like Joey, and he just brushing his scalp, but there's nothing there.
And he has the worst male pattern baldness.
Oh my God. like I showed up to the set like the last 3 weeks at something else I was working on, and I walked in and I was like, fuck is he brushing? Like, and it was like, and he's serious when you watch it. It's not kind of like an act. It is like, oh man, he really think this.
He
hair
really
up there.
think his hair there.
And I was looking at him. I was like, what is he doing? And everybody like, just watch. It was
what's up.
great.
What was
It
the most improv scene in the film?
I don't know if it's
Probably that one.
The classroom.
Probably that. Which
What'd
one?
you say, the classroom?
The
Yeah.
introduction of the class. Because I think everybody was so hyped up to like just intro their character. Because it was basically like, and Malcolm, I think in general works very much like the script is there, but you guys just,
Do what you want.
we're just going to roll and go for it. And it's, there's these few scenes where you have all these incredible improvisational actors in the same room.
Including Taron Killam,
Yeah.
who plays
Oh my
the
God.
villain, but he's so funny with his black
Yeah,
voice.
Oh my God.
And I think that scene we shot all night.
Now
Just
that
like-
one though with Taryn, we knew that we wanted him to embrace Joe Clark, like
Right.
from the gate.
That goes all the way back.
That goes
that was
all the way back.
up.
The script has been through several drafts, but the one thing that we thought was hilarious would be if we had a white principal that loved Joe Clark from Lean On Me. Like we said,
I
if
had
that was
pitched
his-
that. I had pitched that he has the Lean On Me, or like a
bat.
photo of Joe Clark and Lean
in
On
the
Me.
back. He got the back.
and behind his desk and stuff.
Cleaned the school up with my bare hands.
Yeah.
And my back. That's like an original. That's an original line.
Well, it looked like you guys had a lot of fun on set. I know you also had a Yahoo Fantasy Football League going on.
Yeah, man, I ain't know too good. I don't want to talk about it.
No? I know your team's the Eagles. It's not.
My team is the Eagles, but in fantasy, it's not. I'm not shaped up.
Now you
like-
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not shaped up like the Eagles are right now. I don't know what it is about me in fantasy football, man.
You like. Here's
just
the
don't
thing.
know what it
But here's the
is.
thing with us in fantasy football. It plays a large part of this company. Kevin has been the worst player forever in our league, and the 1 year he wins it, he never changed his lineup. He was like, I'm awful, and then all of a sudden we were like, Kevin won a game. He won like 8 games straight
This is a
and
true story.
never changed his
is a
lineup. We
true
were like,
story.
this is fucked up now.
It's a
And he
true
just-
story. I
He
was on-
rolled and he won the championship.
But
He's like,
now on Yahoo, I'm trying. Like I wasn't trying back then. I'm trying.
Stop trying.
On this fantasy football team. I just whatever, man.
So who was like the breakout player in fantasy football this year? I obviously don't participate.
fantasy football?
I quit a long
I mean,
time ago. Too much
you
money.
always go quarterbacks. You know, your quarterbacks are always going to give you amazing numbers. Drew Brees put up amazing numbers. Drew Brees and Matt Ryan.
I had Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's been putting up amazing numbers. I go quarterbacks. I mean, those are the people that put up great numbers. Now, granted, I don't have those guys, but they've been performing very well. That and you get you a nice slot back. It's always the people that you don't expect that are going to overperform in fantasy. But I will tell you this, if you're not a fantasy football fan, you should become one because it's so dope because you watch the games differently. When you track them because you want players to do certain things, you root for football differently. Come on, first down, first down, first down, first down. That's it, nothing else, don't go no more. All right, defense, all I need is one stop. Yes, I hold on to my 20. Like you start rooting for the game.
But what about when you get in a situation where it's your team that like a player from your actual team, like
You're
the Eagles
still-
on the other
you're
one,
still
and then
gonna
you try
root
to
for fantasy.
construct like a scenario in your mind. Like I play fantasy baseball, so I'll be like, my team is the Dodgers, but if I'm playing somebody who's got a Dodger on their team, I'm like, well, if he just does bad, but the rest of the team does great,
then it's fine.
then that's
Then
fine.
it's fine.
So then you start praying for a very.
It's the same way in fantasy. I've come up against a lot of Eagle players that I've come up against in the first 3 weeks of fantasy, and I'm still rooting for my team. I just don't want them to do as good. Like do good, but don't get all 10 yards. Get 9, and then let the running back get the first down, and then it makes sense.
This is what we're here to talk about, right?
It sounds like a lot of
fantasy
fun.
Sports.
Oh, I could talk about more fantasy sports with you guys, but I know we have a bunch of questions from the audience. So who do we
bunch?
have up first?
That was a
Hi, how
very
you doing?
gracious walk, sir.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Can't wait to watch the movie. So the question being, you mentioned this is the first film that your production company, Heartbeat Productions, has produced.
Yes.
And I know that through your production company, you're giving up-and-coming artists a platform.
Mm-hmm.
So the question I have is, how difficult was it to set up Heartbeat initially? And was it always your goal to produce movies or to create a global brand?
Yes, once you understand it. You know, once you're around and then you really see how companies are built, especially ones that are built from the ground up. It's all about investing in yourself. So when my comedy career started to take off and put me in a position to where I had financial success, I took that money and I decided to invest that money in building a company myself. And hiring people and getting in office and putting the shape and mold of what a company looks like. Without the knowledge, I'm just gonna put it together. And as I put it together, I said, now I know what I want. I want to eventually be able to go to studios and say, my company is going to bring you this. I don't know how to get it, but I got the space and I got a couple people. So let's just create stuff, and then I just gotta work on selling it. As you're selling stuff, I'm like, oh, wait, I'm selling this stuff, but instead of Kevin Hart selling it, I should just sell it under the umbrella of my company. And then the money that comes in goes to my company. Then my company pays the people. Okay, ooh, that's how it happens. Wait, why don't I go find some people that were respected in the world of entertainment and see if I can hire some of those people to come and help me run my company, because then I'll learn, but now I got the real people in place. Because I know what I want, I can communicate it, I just don't know how to structure it. So when you're not afraid to talk like this out loud because you're figuring it out, you look up and years are passing, but all the steps are in place, and you go, oh my God, I've had a functioning company for X, Y, Z amount of time, and all this time, I've been grooming myself and my company for the moment that's now here. The superstar of Kevin Hart is huge, but the superstar of Kevin Hart now brings superstar opportunities to his company. I didn't want to bring those to my company until my company was ready. My company is now ready to take on those opportunities because a conversation with me gets merged in a heartbeat. So I never want people to look at my company and go, ugh, they're not doing good over there. They don't know what they're doing. Instead, you go, the same representation that he gives is the same that's within his company. So I was very patient about the build because I knew what I wanted, but I just was strategic in when I wanted to push the button on activating the true launch of getting it. This is the first activation. But this has been in the build for how many years now? How many years have we been?
Easy 2 years.
I'll say
The
the company.
Oh,
I'm
the
saying
company's
the company.
It's at 3 to 4.
I say 4.
Yeah.
Company heartbeats at least 4.
At least 4.
I think that's such great advice, though. It's like you can't be fearful. You just got to ask questions.
Yeah.
And just be on the rides.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with not knowing. Don't be afraid to be dumb for a second. That's all right. There is nothing wrong with that. I consider myself
Kevin's
the
very
smartest dummy in the world. I say
Kevin's
it.
very dumb.
He has
I'll
no
say
problem
it.
with being
Very
dumb.
dumb.
I admit it
No,
day in and day out.
No problem.
I am a genius dummy. Because I have no problem going in the room going, I don't know. Explain it to me. And then after you explain it, I go, oh, now I know. That's part of life.
Also, what Kevin is great into is like Kevin plays poker a lot, and he's a gambler. But what he will gamble on is himself.
100%.
And if any of you are sitting in here and you are trying to be either a writer or director, or producer, or actress, or whatever, entrepreneur, whatever it is, you have got to have the ability to gamble on yourself. And that's huge because in Hollywood will say, hey, we're going to give you $2 million, and that's it. But Kevin will usually go, I don't want all that. What I want is the back end. So now he's gambling because he might not get the 2, but he might get 8. And that's what makes him a lot different than everybody else. And we know that, and we watch it on a daily basis. Well, he'll come in and go, guys, listen, I got this. And we're like, oh, cool, we're going to make this much. No, we're not at first. So we might make it. it's gonna
Do you like his impression of you?
So that's spot on. I've definitely
it
done
feels
that.
authentic.
The message is
it's a few
to the
times.
audience is gambling is a good thing.
Next question.
gamble.
Who do we got next?
Yes, hi Kevin.
How you doing?
Guys. I wanted to tell you that, first of all, I thank you for always sending the elevator back down, always looking out for people.
Thank you.
And also, to all of you, I see that the research that I've done so far, it seems that the movie is all about second chances, you know, and in life we mess up sometimes and we want a do-over. I want to ask each of you, has there ever been a time where you needed a second chance and you got one? What was it?
What? Oh my God!
Like this week, or
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus. Well, Joe, you want to start? I know you needed a lot. I know you. God,
quite
we
a
need to
few
talk about
second chances.
30th chances with Joey.
No, I've had quite a few, and you know, it's just how you look at it too. Like, is it a problem or a mistake, or is it a project? So when there is a hiccup, it just becomes a project to work on. Like even like I told you guys about high school. In my senior year, I had a 1.6, and in my mind, I was going to college until the counselor cussed me out, and I had to go in there and change everything. And if she didn't give me that chance, then I don't know where I would be right now. And so that's one of mine, and I've had a few, and you all have a couple. So.
I mean, I had a very good life, so you know, my second chances were. You know, they were. I just don't want to. I just don't want to say like I had it so hard. I did come late to writing in my life as a career, and had a lot of other jobs, and was going up against a lot of people who were much younger than me, going into assistant jobs. So there was people who kind of gave me a chance, even though, you know, I was a little thinner on top than some of the other people
Love
that were
Matt's
applying for
honesty.
the jobs.
Nope, I had a pretty good life.
I mean,
Nope, no problems at all. All went the way it should, the way I came up.
Everything was good at home.
that is how I feel. That is
it was
how I
great,
feel. I got nothing to
actually, if I-
complain about.
If we could
Parents
really
were
dig
home, we
into
had a
it,
good
there's a
life.
lot of smiles along the way to get back up.
So many hugs.
I had an
give you-
allowance and I
here's-
had a car.
Joey is not being real with you guys. What Joey and Tiffany shared, Joey was homeless. Joey always tries to keep this story a secret, but I love to say it. Joey was homeless, and Joey didn't want to tell me that he was homeless. Matter of fact, the same way Tiffany didn't want to tell me. I found out from another friend that told me, and I was like, Joey, don't worry about it. We're going to be good. And that's how Joey started going on the road with me doing stand-up comedy. So Joey, literally, the second chance came from when Joey ran into another piece of money, and Joey now is the most frugal individual that I know.
Nah, I don't
Because
spend it a lot. I don't.
Joey don't spend no money. And if you
I
ask
do.
Joey why, it's because he don't want to be homeless
No, I
again.
don't. I
'Cause
don't.
He knows what it was like.
I think that's a good reason.
But here's the thing. The homeless thing, here's the thing. It hadn't happened yet, but it was about to. So, like, I was at a point to where I was like, I had cleaned out all my savings, my son's savings and everything. And I was like, well, we tried. All right, we're already a month behind in rent. Fuck it. We got 2 more months and it's over. And my plot was to go back home, and I was done. But I felt like I did everything. And what I didn't know, there were some conversations to go, hey, man, Joey on his way home. And I hadn't said, and Kevin called me, and he this is what he asked me. You good? Yeah, I'm good. What's going on? Hey, man, you need anything? Nah. And when I said that, I had boxes already packed up. I was like, I'm out this bitch. I'm going home to my mother. That's what's gonna happen at 40 years old.
Sleep. And you had a couple nights in your car.
Oh yeah. I stayed in the GO prison quite a few times.
You spent some nights in the car.
Yes, I did.
My second chance, I would say the biggest second chance I had came with taxes. Nobody explained taxes to me in the beginning. So
Wait. Tell them what you did with all your money at first.
Oh.
This is.
well, you know when my first piece of money.
Yeah, first, yeah.
Oh man, name a throwback jersey. Name it. I had it. Name a throwback jersey and a hat and sneaks to match. I had it all. Somebody when they finally said, "Well, Kev, where is your money?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know where it went." I said, "They was like, well, what did you buy?" I looked in the closet. I just saw jerseys. I really blew so much money on stupid stuff and had a tax bill that came out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere because everybody knows they're coming, except the people that aren't educated on money. And that's a big problem with the world today. We assume that everybody knows about money, but there's a large group of people that have no idea about finances, about taxes, about what you're supposed to pay, about how much comes out of a check, about that level of responsibility. And I was one of those people. So when it was time to pay it, I was like, where am I supposed to get that from? How am I supposed to do it?
You were kind of like Paul Manafort before it was cool.
Yes, there you go. So,
Spot on.
So literally, I spent a large portion of my 20s trying to get out of tax debt. And I remember praying, like, God, if you give me one more shot, I will not go back to this place again. But I had to learn how bad that place was. So instead of bitching and complaining, I had to truly understand money. I had to truly understand how to really save, how to put away, how to pay the bills and put a piece for you and the government. Like, I had to learn because nobody taught me. So when I got that second chance, oh my God, there was, first of all, I peed on myself immediately. A piece of pee came out immediately.
That's true. I was there.
And after the pee came out, I just said, thank you, God. And I said, never again. It'll never happen again. But that's a second chance that I desperately needed. And that's one of many second chances that I've had. I wasn't always this tall. I remember asking, I said, God, all I need is to get to 5'4", 5'5". And I got a growth spurt that summer. And I shot up like a cannon, which is why I embrace it. I embrace this height because
I prayed for that height.
Yeah, God, when I asked, he gave it to me. He didn't have to give me. I was a smooth 4'11". I could be 4'11" right now, but I got a second chance. Okay?
And you believed in yourself.
Yes,
I mean,
a really
embrace
good
these
takeaway,
second
Kevin.
You
chances.
gotta just ask him. He'll give you.
Yeah, I'll
That's
give
what
you the
he said.
information.
Next question.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing, man?
Good. My name is Markel. So
How are you,
nice to meet
Markel?
you.
Markel.
Kevin, it's an honor to be standing here in front of you.
Man,
It's such
thank
an
you.
inspiration.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, since I check out like all the things that you do, and you inspire me. I'm fearless. I go out and just get it and work with my friends who want to do it. If they don't want to do it, I get them out of the way. And what I wanted to ask you, all of you guys, was what is some of the best advice that you've gotten from somebody in this industry that you still use today?
Go, Matt. You want to go first?
Sure. I don't know necessarily where I got the advice, but I feel like the
Well, I
advice
feel
has
like
been.
I've said some stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
I feel like I've probably said something along this journey that we've had that you can pull out and tell them that could.
I can't really think of anything.
Wow.
No, I think that I think that I think the main thing is to focus on the work. You know, there's so many things to be distracted by in terms of the other stuff you think you're supposed to be doing, like networking or researching or whatever's going on in the celebrity world, or trying to catch up with movies and TV or whatever it is you're trying to do. But I think like the main thing is just to focus on the work. And also I've seen this advice from a lot of people, is to allow yourself to be bad at the beginning and not worry about turning out stuff that's not good quality, that doesn't match the quality that you look at and appreciate right now. Holding yourself up to the greats immediately, something like that. Just get through the first few years. Know the stuff you're going to make is not going to be top quality, because each one, like, just completing something, I think, is enough of an experience to take you up like 10 levels.
Smart.
So, like,
Writing,
get it
right?
done. Don't get it right.
There you go. What about you, Joy?
I think you just gotta focus. I think one of the things you said about like being around with your friends, and then those who don't want to, you just get them out the way. You have to, like, if you know where you are and where you're trying to get, you just focus with that, and surround yourself with people who have the same drive that you have. That's one of the biggest things that you have to do, is if you have a few people, and it might be your roommate, it might even be your mother, whoever they may be, if they not there with you, you do have to remove them and put yourself in a situation where everybody has the same goal, or at least they're trying to do something. Because sometimes your family could be your worst ones. They could be like, what's this shit? What is this?
Yeah.
You doing what? They pay you what? That's the third time they haven't paid you. You need to quit. You need a job. At the post office, they got applications. And sometimes you got to go, yo, mom, shut the fuck up. I'm doing something. And now you might get shot or whatever. But
I understand.
you do. You just have to just focus, man. And just one of the biggest things, like Matt said, be fearless and be okay for it not to happen right away, And as stand-ups, we are okay with bombing. And that's the biggest thing with a stand-up, is to be able to, when you're working, is to walk off that stage and go, all right, I did 15 minutes and exactly a minute and a half was good tonight.
Yeah.
But know that, man, that minute and a half I'm building on. That's what you got to know. And you're in New York, you can see some of the greats go on stage and really, really work. And the crowd might not laugh, but you watch that guy 6 months, him or her, 6 months later, and you're like, wow, that set's incredible. And that's because they're working and they know what they're trying to do.
I think the best piece of advice I've gotten is from Chris Rock. Chris Rock told me years ago, young Kevin, he said, don't be local. He said, there's a world that likes to laugh out there. He said, people just don't laugh here at these comedy clubs that you see. There's a world. Do not be local. And it didn't dawn on me until years later what he was talking about. And, comedians do have the ability to travel the world and deliver laughter if they choose to embrace that, if they choose to work that and go to all of these different countries, they can. And I started to just go. I started to travel and book small shows all over the world. Some of them weren't worth the money. Some the flight was way more than the money, But it was about building the audiences. And now I'm at a point where I tour on an international level, and you know, it's arenas all over the globe because the world loves to laugh. So the best advice was don't be local. Give everybody a chance to laugh at you if they can.
Thank you, guys.
No problem, man. Thank you.
You're right. People love to laugh. And if you guys want to laugh, if you want to see some amazing comedians at work, or if you just want to see Tiffany Haddish whoop Kevin Hart in a chicken suit,
September 28th.
make sure you check out Night School. It comes out September 28th. Guys, give it up for Kevin Hart, Matthew Kellard, and Joey Wells.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.